We're working on a project for The Lion King where we're making, their art section is making like creatures that we'll put on a mobile type thing, carousel. And we're putting in pegs and we're gonna use them by using a bike wheel to sort of spin, and the gear will connect with the little pegs and it'll turn it.
Yeah, we have to glaze it, and glaze is like a paint with special glass inside it that melts and makes it look very shiny.
Well, I want to make a clay animal, and I've wanted a zebra from the beginning, and one of the animals blew up in the kiln, so I'm getting to make my zebra. But I probably won't be able to finish it myself because I never can find any time to work on these things, so I really love this project, and I can just see the way this zebra will look painted.
When it comes to, doing a project together as a group, it really creates a lot of pride and ownership. They really feel like they did something incredible and big, and I think that's wonderful. And some kids, art is where they excel, and I think it's nice to be able to excel in some part of school,
Well, I like working with clay because to me it's fun, and in my last art class I made a camera, so I thought I would sign up for this. So that's why I joined.
And what do you make? What animals do you have?
A cheetah. Right now I'm doing, because we have to pick a design, so I picked a diamond, and I'm doing them yellow and then I'm outlining it in gold.
And then you put it in you glaze it, and it gets darker.
Yeah, and then we put it in the kiln and it turns the natural color that it's supposed to be.
Let me first say that we had to decide when they offered us this money what to do with it. That wasn't clear from the get-go, and we sort of got together as a group and decided let's give the money to the art teachers and have them decide what kind of projects they want to do that have to do with these themes. The first year being The Lion King, this year being Wicked. Because our teachers don't have the money, unfortunately, to do these kinds of things. No. We all know the value of art in education. We'd like everyone to know the value of art in education. It's a proven fact that kids who have education that includes a foundation in the arts do better on standardized tests, they do better on SATs. It's an essential part of any well-rounded education. And if you look to any of the very expensive private schools that we have here in our state, they all have excellent art programs. It's just understood that the arts is a very essential part of a well-rounded education. So in a perfect world, all of the schools in Rhode Island would have fabulous art programs and teachers would have all the money that they need to do all of the projects that they would like to do, and that's not the case. So when something like this comes along and we have the opportunity to give the teachers money to really bring in an enriching experience to their students, it's so valuable. And $2,000 is great. And a lot of teachers brought in professional artists. They brought in guest artists, whether they be musicians or dancers or visual artists. They also had the opportunity to work with other teachers in their school, science teachers, specifically physics teachers in one case, math teachers. So it brought teachers together, teaching all different subjects, and they put it all together in this one, theme-based project. And it was just a very enriching experience for all of the students who were involved.
The experience for me was really wonderful as being a teacher of art from grades 3 through 6, because I got to work with the music teacher, the librarian, and African folktales. And the African folktales is what pulled the whole thing together and made it a wonderful experience.
I have a cheetah, and I chose it because I like because it's one of my favorite African animals, and I like its spots.
And so what's the material that you're putting paint on? What is it? Paper? Is it?
It's styrofoam.
Styrofoam. And how did you cut the design into it?
Well, I used a stick and I traced the animal on the styrofoam.
Okay, so you just press really hard and it makes an indentation, and the paint doesn't go in there. Okay. So now, how are you doing over here?
Good. I'm at the step where I'm rolling it onto the paper, and you pick it up. There's a print.
Can you turn it around for me? So you got a zebra, and he's standing in grass.
Yep.
And what else do you have there?
And there's a village in the background.
Okay.
And an African tree, and a sun with patterns, because Africa usually uses patterns for their clothes and designs.
This has been a wonderful experience for me. Actually, it's something that I really love doing, and that's theater, being a theater major before going into education. I absolutely love the fact that I could teach them about Africa. We could do research. Some of my students did PowerPoint presentations, which they were able to really see exactly what we were acting out, and that was whether it was the Nile River to Senegal to Cameroon to the people, the Kafirs of the South. So that was very rewarding. And then seeing some of my students that never get up in class or never even participate in class, the ones that, even some that don't choose to pick up a book and ever read, actually getting into character, reading over their lines, memorizing their lines was really what it's all about for me, because it made me realize that this really, really enhances learning.
There have been wars among some of them and tribal migrations. Europeans have come and colonized. The old way of life has changed a little, but many old things have not changed, like their music, dancing, and telling of stories.
For me, it was very exciting to integrate all of the arts together, that we were able to bring together art and drama and music and band, and the kids were able to see how everything all fit together. That was the most exciting part, and I had a lot of kids that crossed over between drama and band, and they were able to work on their drama and say, oh, we did this in drama, and I said, oh, yeah, that's good, and then we did this in band and in drama, so that was very exciting.
For me, it was great to see the arts integrated. I think that's the wave of the future. I have worked in school systems before where all the arts team functions as a cohesive unit, and the lessons are taught that way. And I think that's the best way for kids to learn any kind of subject matter, is to be up moving around, to sing it, to play it. It sinks right in and it stays right here with them, and it's an amazing thing.
What I hope my students gain from these experiences that they've had is that number one is that they've learned about Africa. Number two, that they feel they're not inhibited to get up in front of people, to tell a story, or to even act out. Hopefully they've gained the skills of getting up in front of people and not being afraid to present. Also, I hope that they've gained more friendships from people that they've actually might not be friends with in the classroom, that they have those social skills with no matter who you are, they can be friends with them. So that's what I hope they gained.